Hey lovelies, it's Kate. The day is finally here. The platforms are out. Platforms were added to The Sims 4 in a free base game update, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick overview. This is a little guide. I'm also going to talk about a couple of ideas, and then I'm also going to tell you what is really bothering me, because in my opinion, even though I really enjoy and appreciate this update, there are a couple of things wrong with this. So first we are going to talk about the very basics, and we are going to jump right in. So this feature, as I said, was added to the base game. So if you don't see the platforms yet, make sure to update your game. It's out both on console and PC. So down here, you click on walls and empty rooms. You could also just press B on your keyboard. That's what I just did. It's just quicker. I always do that. And then you can see that we now have the platform tool over here. And here are also some platforms, the square platform, for example, and just different platforms. First, I'm going to use the platform tool. You can just use it to drag a platform like this. Really easy. And then when you click on the platform, you don't click on this arrow, because this is used to change the foundation height, and this is still the case even for platforms. But you click on these arrows to raise the platform, and you can do it step by step by step, which is really easy. And when you raise the platform only one step, your Sims will be able to walk on them. I'm quickly going to show you this because this is really important. For some reason, all my Sims are sad currently. You can see it works like a charm. So now I'm going to tell my Sim to leave the platform, and now we are going to add another layer. And this is important because you can layer platforms. So when you use the tool like this, for example, you can see it's adding layer by layer by layer. When I'm adding a platform over here, when I'm starting to drag the platform right at the side, at the edge, then it's going to be on the same level. But as soon as I add a platform on top, it's going to be one step higher. This is really easy and intuitive, because when I'm building a platform like this, it's going to be one step high, which means, again, my Sim will be able to step on this platform. When I'm adding another one, it's also going to be one step higher. So this way I'm able to create stairs and platforms inside a house, which essentially function as steps or stairs. So you don't have to add stairs to this, but of course you totally can, as I will show you. So you can also build a platform and then a platform like this. And now when I click on my arrow, again, not this one, I can simply add some stairs. So I was running into a couple of issues with this, and this is not the part yet where I'm talking about what's really bothering me. But when you add stairs like this, at some point it wouldn't let me for whatever reason. Like, I was able to build these stairs, for example, but then I couldn't drag them over here, and it was giving me a weird error message. I'm expecting a patch soon, probably, because there are a couple of issues, and in this case usually there should be a hotfix soon, but I'm not sure. There is nothing confirmed. I'm just expecting this, but I have no idea. I would just hope for a patch like this very soon. And you can of course also change the color of your platform. So down here we have platform trims. So over here you can find the foundations, and you can change the foundation color over here. And now we have this brand new category called platform trims. So you just have to click on this area, walls and empty rooms. And then when you click on platform trims, you see all these trims. They are amazing. We got some just like the ones we got for the foundations, but we also have these, which are tiles, or this, which is perfect if you want to build an onsen for the upcoming Snowy Escape pack. Then we have some very basic, just wood colors, simply beautiful, just different things, also plain white and gray. So this way you can just change your platform color. So now you might ask yourself, where is the difference between a foundation and a platform? So when we place a typical foundation or floor piece and we click on this arrow to bring it up, and then when we have another foundation piece and this is a bit lower, then we won't be able to connect them. It's going to tell us that we cannot connect rooms of different heights. I think before that the old arrow was conflicting block clusters. They apparently changed that, so this isn't working. But when I'm building a platform like this and I'm clicking on this arrow to bring it up, I can easily build a platform right next to it, and you can see that I can connect them. But when I click on the platform, I still have this arrow. So this is identical. When I click on my platform, I have this arrow, which is the arrow to change the foundation height. And then I have these arrows to change the platform. And the same happens when I click on this foundation. So I have again the arrow and these arrows for my platform. And when I now click on this arrow, it's going to add a platform on top automatically, and then I can click on my platform tool and I can add more and more. But what I'm not able to do is I can't build a platform down here and I can connect it to a foundation. So you have to keep this in mind. Once you have a foundation on the outside, if you want to have a really typical patio or something, then you won't be able to attach a platform. You would have to use the old trick of simply using some stairs to connect them, like this, for example. This looks super weird, but I just wanted to show you. But now I'm going to show you the big main difference that you have to keep in mind. And when you want to decide if you want to pick a foundation or a platform for your build from the get-go, I'm going to show you the big difference. This is a foundation piece and this here is a platform. I'm even going to raise it so they are identical. I could even change the color so they would look super identical. So now I'm building a room on top of my foundation, and you can see that it's foundation height plus wall height. So it gets added on top. But now when I'm building a room on my platform, what happens is that my walls are built on the ground. So this is much lower, and this is a big main difference depending on what you want to build, what kind of look you are going for. So just think of building a garage. You would have your patio over here. You could attach some stairs and you would build your house in the back, but then your garage would be on the same level. So when you build your room, just as I did, it's going to bring down your platform, but in this case you simply click on the arrow and you're going to bring it up. This is what I'm going to do now, but this is still not changing the height. You can now see that it's changing the height, but it doesn't affect the wall height at all. You can, as always, change the wall height like this, but this doesn't change that this is much higher because the walls are added to the foundation. It's foundation height plus wall height. You have to keep this in mind, and it totally depends what you want to build. So you might want to create a build without any foundation at all, or you might want to use a foundation. This is up to you, but this is the one big main difference in my eyes. And I want to quickly mention that you could of course build a house like this, but then if you change your mind, just click on the foundation arrow and it looks like this, and the same goes for this. You can always use the foundation arrow to just change this, and as I've shown you, you can always add some platforms on top. And the same goes for half walls, and we even got some new half wall heights in this update. There isn't much to say about the new heights in general. We just have more variety now, which is amazing, and they behave exactly the same. So you can see when I'm building my half wall over here, it also doesn't sit on top of the platform. It would sit on top of a foundation, but when you apply your half wall to a platform, it's still built on the ground, and this is wonderful. I just wanted to show you this. I love the new half walls. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is that when you add a platform like this and you make it higher and higher and higher. At some point it reaches the ceiling and the top of your level, and then when I'm removing my ceiling it still doesn't go higher. So this is the maximum height, but you can of course still connect them. So if I would add a floor piece over here, and I'm just going to bring down my platform again, now I have this ceiling over here for whatever reason, and I'm just clicking on the sledgehammer tool and I remove it, and now I can just add some stairs to this. So this is how you can connect your platforms if you raise them to the next level, to the next floor. So this is how you have to do it, because you can't raise them any higher, and this is also something that you have to keep in mind. So as we've just learned, the maximum height of your platform is determined by your wall height. This is the lowest wall height, the short wall, and I can't increase my platform height, but now if I make it higher, so I have a medium wall, I can also increase my platform height so it matches the wall height, and the same of course goes for the tall wall height. And what you can also do, you can bring your foundation down into the ground. So if you want to have some type of sunken living room, for example, you can simply bring it down like this, and there's also a maximum depth. And the good news is this is a foundation piece, and when I add a platform on top, I can still bring it down so I have a sunken room. So if you start to work on your build and you decide to use a regular foundation, you can still just place a platform on top and bring it down, not only up. So this is really good. So this video is supposed to be a general guide. I wanted to give you a couple of ideas for building stairs and stuff and garages, and I don't know, there will be some specific tutorials on this channel within the next days and the coming week. So this is a general overview, and unfortunately there are some not so nice things that you have to keep in mind, and these are some issues in my opinion. I always try to be super positive, and I really appreciate this update. This is a major update and it's going to change the way we build, but there are a couple of issues and I want to address them, because this way you can just avoid some issues. So let's say I'm building a house and I'm done. I decorated the exterior. I'm just going to build 2 rooms, but just think that this is a fully decorated house on the exterior, and I added my windows and stuff. I'm done. I now want to move on to the interior, and I want to build a floor plan so I have a room. And now I think, hey, wouldn't it be super nice to have a platform over here so it's raised? And this happens, and this is a major issue in my opinion, and there's no way to avoid this. The platform is going to delete your walls, so you can't build this the old-fashioned way where you just build your exterior and then you add your platforms, which would make sense in my eyes, because most builders work on the exterior and then you start to work on your floor plan, and the platforms belong to the floor plan in my eyes, in my opinion. So this is an issue. So you would have to work out the platforms first, and then you would have to build your walls around it. But there is one way to avoid the deleting of the objects. Like, I lost all my windows, and just imagine I would have added awnings and just, I don't know, vines, flowers, different things, lamps, so it's fully decorated, and then because I add my platform, it would all be gone. So what you can do is you can activate your good old move objects sheet, which is what I'm going to do now. And now I'm going to add some windows again, and now when I'm adding a platform, it's still going to get rid of my walls, but the windows and everything will stay in place. So please activate your move objects sheet. I know that some players aren't fond of cheats, but this is something that I would strongly advise in this case, like really, because otherwise everything might be gone. You can always click on undo, but I think it's still annoying. So the move objects cheat is the best option in this case, because you can simply rebuild your wall and everything will stay in place. So I know that not everyone really enjoys these cheats because sometimes stuff can just move around or be removed, and some players are against the move objects cheat, which I totally respect, but in this case I think it's an easy fix. We won't be able to avoid walls being deleted, but at least we can just make sure that everything on the exterior stays in place and you can simply rebuild your walls. Still annoying, and I hope that this will be fixed, but yeah, I'm not sure. I just wanted to warn you because this is a major issue. Now let's talk about the next issue, and this one, I don't know, this one made me a bit more salty than the wall removal thing because you guys know that I love round shapes. So yesterday I wanted to have a beautiful round platform. We have some pre-made platforms over here, and let's say I built this in my house and I just want to have a fence over here and just a round platform, and this happens. And there's no way to avoid it. You aren't able to raise the terrain, which is what we were able to do, or we are able to do when you use a regular round foundation on the exterior and you do some landscaping and you have a foundation like this. You also have this type of gap, and then you can use the terrain tools to fill the gap, but we can't do this because this is on the interior. So you have this gap, and in my opinion this renders these round platform pieces almost unusable. Like, what are we supposed to do with these? When you use them on the exterior, for example, you can always use your regular foundation piece. We have some round foundation pieces, some beautiful identical foundation pieces. So now I thought, what if I build my platform like this and I raise it, and now I just want you to add another platform on top? I can't, because these have the same restrictions as my round foundation pieces. So I can only add a platform in the corner, and this, I don't know, this isn't really that great. I mean, I can still do this or something similar. This doesn't make a lot of sense, but this isn't really great. I mean, what are the purpose of these round platform pieces when I can't use them on the interior? And I have tweeted about this yesterday. And some people said that it totally makes sense and that this was to be expected because we don't have round walls in this game. And when we do the same with a foundation piece on the exterior, this also happens. And there isn't a round cutout like this because we only have these round foundation pieces, and there isn't a round cutout. And I agree, we don't. But this doesn't mean that this shouldn't have been fixed properly, because again, this just renders this round platform piece almost unusable. I mean, I could use it on the outside in combination with some other platforms to connect them and stuff, but I mean, these are supposed to be stacked in my opinion. This is the whole deal about platforms, especially for the interior and all that, and this is just unusable. And I just want to point this out. There are some ways to use it if you want to connect them, but I mean, this is like the main purpose in my eyes. Maybe I'm wrong here, and I feel strongly about this round shape as always, but I just want to say this. And I've tweeted about this yesterday and about some other issues. I had some like translucent platform walls. This was like some type of glitch, and I think that this will be patched at some point. This was like different, but this here is not a glitch. This is how they function. And I then said that I still appreciate the update and that I'm still excited about platforms, because I really am. This is amazing. You can build so many great things using platforms, and I still appreciate the hard work, but I felt like I just had to voice my criticism for this because I don't know, look at this. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. There should be a fix for this. And then Simgoronik replied, and he said that it's indeed important and that they will take a look at it. So now I'm not sure if this is just about the translucent glitch that I had, and I really appreciate that they are also looking into this, because it's a horrible bug which happens when you sometimes use a half wall in combination with a platform. But I'm not sure if this is also about this issue, but I totally appreciate Simgorenic's reply and that they are investigating. This is amazing. And this also shows that it's always important to voice your constructive criticism. And I think that this update is absolutely great. They put so much hard work into this, and I really, really appreciate it. But I just wanted to address some issues that I personally saw. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If there are any questions left, just leave a comment down below. This was supposed to be a little guide overview, difference between foundations and platforms, what to keep in mind, some issues that I've noticed, stuff that has been bothering me since yesterday, and there will be some more specific tutorials within the next days or the coming week. I will see what I can do and what I can come up with. Of course, I'm also going to build a wonderful, huge mansion with these new platforms. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the update. I hope you have a perfect week, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.